Hmm. Very excited.
Good evening. Good day. Welcome to Chatting with Ceci and Friends. Today I have my special friend Keith joining me. Say hello, Keith.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
So today we'll be discussing some of our favorite topics, which is gaming. Keith and I have gamed together for several years now, particularly with Destiny. And so we'll be discussing some of these games, such as Destiny. He has recently rejoined the foray of computer gaming. And so he'll discuss some of his favorite computer games and some of his favorite games that he's playing on PS5. So, with that, let's get started right in there. Rip off the band aid.
Ooh, let's do it. Put an H on it and handle it.
All right. So, what are your thoughts with some of these recent changes to Destiny? What are your thoughts with this Halloween event? I'm interested to know.
My honest opinion on the Halloween event is it's basically the same thing we've had a few years in a row now. And what they should have done is with this new season of Plunder, where we're ship battles, we're finally on ships that aren't crashed on Earth or another planet. They're actually moving. They had so many chances to take that Halloween event and move it to space with these ships. They've already a few seasons ago we did a mission for an exotic, the Dead Man's Tale, on a ghost ship, and they could have incorporated that into this season and made the seasonal events like Christmas and Halloween tie into the seasons that are happening now instead of the same thing over and over again. I don't want to know what's going to happen in Halloween. I don't want to know what seasonal event. I want to be like, what are they going to do? What's going to happen? The suspense is killing me. I want to know. But we just didn't get that this year. We got the same thing as last year, and it's another grind, but it's the same grind. So there's no room to do anything different. Or for me as a Destiny player, I just don't feel like I want to play it right now, and it's because of that. They had so many options and they threw it out the window.
I'm in total agreement with you. And to that, I say, point well made. I'm in total agreement. I remember a few years ago we had that haunted forest,
Mm-hmm.
and even that seemed it was a grind, don't get me wrong, and the matchmaking was less than stellar,
Yes.
but it at least was an event that was apart. It was unique. It felt like it was created for
That season.
that particular season, that particular event. It stood out. I
Yes.
think that just throwing a few candles and a few pumpkin heads in an existing lost sector, um, how do I understand that there's a lot of work that goes into what is done behind the scenes for Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
But with their new uh, influx of cash because of, I'll say, their merger with Sony.
Mhm.
Uh, they have now the ability to bring on more resources to do things for Destiny. There's no reason at this late stage, now that they are now one with Sony, and they have the pockets to have one person responsible for building certain weapons. Those days should be long past them. They now have the ability to bring on the staff needed to be able to bring us great content. I think that they have sort of gotten comfortable with coasting from September to the next February, and then, give us something great for February throughout the summer, and then the cycle repeats, whereas from September on it's just sort of coasting. They throw a couple events up. I mean, even the dialogue, how long does it change to change some of the dialogue? If I hear uh the old lady in the tower talk about, oh, Maria,
Mm.
it's the same thing. The
I,
last
I
event, it was, oh, Maria,
don't you look
and
good, Guardian?
yes.
I,
And
I
I'm
I
like,
do
you
get
can't
tired
mix
of
up
the
the audio.
we don't get anything new, like any kind of dialogue that ties in with the season, or nothing like that. Like that's
No,
what I'm
because that
that's what
same
I'm
exact dialogue was used for Christmas.
and they could have easily changed it, but they don't. And like you said, the first couple of months out of the year, ooh, it's a new season, it's new this, it's new that, and then right after summer, it's like everybody it stops. And that's why I've noticed I don't play during the last two seasons, because it goes straight downhill with everything, and they shouldn't do that. Like I pay for the whole season, I should be able to have things that are available for me, not just, PvP related or PvE related. They should be able to have their needs met, and we should be able to have our needs met. But I'm not seeing that. It took them so long when they first started making weapons to make them for every game style, or when they introduced the catalysts, they were trying to make everything, oh, you got to go to PvE to get it, you have to go to PvE. And it's like, this weapon isn't even, you know if I was playing and a certain gun drop that was, PvP oriented, the lore, the weapons, I'd be fine going into PvE because the weapon is meant for that. But when they do it to every single weapon, that it's like, oh, get grenade kit. I'm not gonna get grenade kills, or rocket launcher kills like that in anything but mayhem. And I have to hope that if it's not out this week, that next Tuesday it drops. Because I'm a decent PVE player, but I don't see myself as like pro over there,
Well,
20
you're
or
an
30
excellent
kills.
PvE player, but PvP. I would say you're probably what, mid to top tier PvP.
Oh, I appreciate that. But that was my whole issue, that they took so long to fix. To now, weapons give you an option to go to Crucible or kill, so many hundreds of enemies, and that applies to you and me. Like, yes, I could go in Crucible and get these kills easy, but I don't want to spend 4 or 5 hours doing that when I could go, PvE, excuse me, and get the gun fixed, and then I can do the same with you. We can go get the weapon together and do all that and have fun, opposed to going to PvP and hating ourselves for those so many hours we're in there.
Well, they feel that we are, well, not we, they feel that people that are not able to sacrifice, you know, taking care of their elderly parents or raising their children to devote, 23 hours of the day to Destiny,
Yes.
that they're casual. So, and it just feels like they have no room for anyone that's not, elite. Um, I think that's for me, that's one of my major issues. It's this elitism. As you noted, there are certainly weapons that I have accepted that I am never going to have because
Hmm.
you need to be successful at a certain level in PvP. Okay. Um, I am not a great PvP player. I'm horrible, in fact. So matchmaking sort of works out for me because it brings me with people that are my skill level or thereabouts, and it allows me to have a little bit of a challenge and some fun, particularly when there's Mayhem Week
Hmm.
and PvP.
Yes.
But as I said, I've accepted there are certain weapons that I'm just not going to get.
Yes.
I don't think that the same should be applicable for the PvE section because of a few streamers who are elite players who do not feel that they're challenged. Well,
Hmm.
to me, if they want to be challenged, then you know what? No one obligates that you take in any of those weapons. So if you want to be challenged, then get a bayonet and go in and do the day one raid. No one told you that you had to use the divinity. Put it
No.
down.
Hmm.
If that's how you feel, get the dullest sword in your inventory and go swing at the boss.
Yeah.
Have fun with it, challenge yourself, but
Yes.
leave the rest of us alone.
Yes. Because we have been on the bottom food chain for a while when it comes to Destiny with these issues. And the fact that people said that Witch Queen wasn't a challenge and other events weren't a challenge. Witch Queen, you and I were there for 2 days straight trying to beat that campaign on the hardest difficulty. They did so well for that because for players like you and I, that was a challenge. To fight a boss that can just look at you and you die, that was beautiful. The fact that we had to stop and come back to that. Let's make this a little bit easier. Let's go to normal because we couldn't handle it. That was the challenge that we want. But they make it seem like that was too easy. And then I don't even know how Lightfall's going to be with all these people complaining that Witch Queen was easy. Witch Queen was, in my opinion, perfect.
It was. It was just the right amount of challenge. And there are
Yes.
definitely, as you said, we were able to do that legendary campaign. I think there were really two spots that where we were crying tears of blood down there. What was
Yeah.
that one where we were down in that pit?
Yes, that the sniper that would one shot you, we had to stand behind, I guess, a thin piece of grass and dodge his bullets like this. Okay, see, you peek and shoot him. Okay, he's looking at me. Back up, see. Oop, I didn't back up fast enough. I'll res you. I'll res you. No, 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 he's peeking. He's peeking. Oh, God. Well, it's up to you. It's up to you, Moons. You got this. That was perfect because even though we were getting destroyed, it was fun.
Yes.
It wasn't in PvP where you have the six enemies standing up on platforms shooting you as you res. It was pure enjoyment.
And there was enjoyment in the struggle. Now, that is what I say they did absolutely perfect. Having that legendary campaign, allowing you to sort of, I guess, a la carte do certain portions of it,
Mm-hmm.
and you could go back and
Try
or maybe
again.
even do like the regular portion if you need it just to advance your character through, but then go back and try it again, as you just said. That setup was beautiful. It was perfect. I loved it. And I hope that they do that in February for Lightfall, because it was perfect. For those who are saying it was too easy, yeah. So then maybe they need to have uh, the regular, legendary, and just god awful pain.
Yes, who would want to go through a story and have it, for us, it was every time we did a mission, it was 5 levels higher, and we didn't go up. The enemies got harder. We just looked cooler with the gear. That was it.
Exactly.
It was perfect. Why would you want that harder? I wouldn't. I want it just like that. I want to be able to, the first few missions, oh, this is awesome. Then I get to that third mission and everything has a red skull above its name and just kills me, because when they also do something like that, you think outside of the box.
Mhm.
You go back to weapons that were amazing a few seasons ago, but nobody thinks they're good now. And that's why you and I have always kept weapons if it has a good role, because even if they drop an exotic for a certain season or a certain raid, that doesn't necessarily mean it will be the best choice. It will be designed for that specific game mode, but that doesn't mean that it will be best for your play style or my play style. And we thought outside of the box and had to change things up, and it was perfect. And that's what I also hope that they do in Lightfall, is make us think outside the box and try different weapons, different styles, cuz too many times Destiny players like myself get comfortable with one setup and we don't really think outside of the box. We just keep our one setup and hope it works. And we had to change our whole loadout the entire
Several
time.
times.
Yeah,
Exactly. Which
every
forced
time.
us. And I do like the that was one of the things that I did like about having the ability to craft the weapons. One of the things I liked about when they created that system where you would essentially have to try out the different weapons,
Mm-hmm.
because it forced you to try some of these different weapons they had created that probably otherwise we would have ignored.
Yes.
And I loved that. I thought that was very creative and it worked.
And
Of
it's,
course, they made weapons better as well, and that helped a
yeah.
great deal.
Yes, they left it open to, you would have to use this gun if you wanted to craft it, but you don't have to have that specific weapon to do everything throughout that season. For someone like me, I can use any gun. I love pulse rifles. I love auto rifles. I love a lot of weapons. I don't touch sniper weapons, sniper rifles. They can't even talk to me at the bar. They can't even look my way. They can hold the door for me on the way out, but that's it. That's it.
And see, and I don't like, well, I like automatic.
Yes, you
So
don't want to sit there and tap 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 tap
no,
tap. You
no.
just want to spray and play.
Mm-mm.
Just spray the gun.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. I'm like, yeah, no,
No, this,
that, yeah, that's not working for me.
no, and
I can't move my finger fast enough uh, uh, for it to be beneficial on my end. I need that automatic uh,
mm-hmm.
spray and play sort of thing.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, those I did. They did get that perfectly right, and that the only thing that infuriated me was the three stages of killing her towards the end. I'm like,
Kill it.
oh,
Oh,
I'm like, are we
oh.
ever going to be done? Which was still perfect in retrospect, but in the moment, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, if
Yes,
I
they
have to do one more thing with this heifer,
they made that very difficult, but they also included a system that they hadn't before. We've seen in other games, but not in Destiny, where if you're by yourself, she's a certain amount
Easier
of
to,
HP. If
yeah.
there's two of you, she's a little stronger. If there's three of you, whoo, honey. And that was beautiful. That was perfect. It gave everybody an opportunity. It gave people that don't have a lot of friends the opportunity to complete it. Those with a few friends, and then people like you and me who set aside days from work to play the event. I didn't, but I mean, I still was there.
And I
And
think they forget about that. I mean,
yes, they do.
I would
They
be on
really
their
do.
list of casual players, but for events and new season, I actually take days off of work so that I can be
Same.
available. Don't have me take time off for some BS.
Yes, for
I
anybody
was
who took off.
happy to do it for Witch Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Mwah. It was well worth the time.
Yeah.
But keep that in mind. Same thing with these day one raids. Even though I have no fantasy that I'm going to complete it and win, I would like to one day maybe complete it before the 24 hours
Yeah.
or,
I,
that weekend.
I
That's
actually
really my goal. Um, but it's still fun to participate in it.
Yes. The most I think we actually, you, myself, and a few others, we were like the top 500 when a certain raid came out. I forgot which one. We were top 500. Yes, it was 500, but it was a three digit. We
Mm.
weren't in the 10,000s and millions. We were up on that. You had to hit a few pages and go up to see us. And that right there for casual players like us, we were on top of the world. I was walking around, sunglasses on in the house. I was all bougie for that whole month. I was like, yeah, I finished it 537. Yeah. Yeah, and that for us, that was enough. We didn't have to have worlds first. We didn't have to have
Exactly.
crowns on our head from Bungie. Just to be on that list, kind of high. That was enough for you and I. That was enough for us. We don't ask for much.
No,
We
just a
just
little
ask for base.
reward for our effort and something that allows us to see that we are progressing from whatever level that we're in to a higher level. Um, which is why it sort of pained me when some of the streamers, and I understand that they need some of this content
Yes.
to benefit their streams, because if you don't make it super duper duper hard, then there's not a particular loadout that you need. If there's not a particular loadout, then that then changes the amount of work that they have to do, because now they're not able to come in there with their elite self and
No.
show you the best way to do the hardest Grandmaster Nightfall. And you have to use this loadout, you have to use that loadout. If you create a season where, like we had when they brought us the Solar 3.0,
Oh,
where there were so many different builds that worked
loved it.
and harmonized. And that allowed some of us that have never been able to do some Grandmaster Nightfalls to do some. Now, were we able to do all of them? No.
No.
But what is the harm in allowing people who are below casual, below average to average, to do one or two grandmasters a season? Is that taking away anyone's elite status?
Oh.
But the way you hear some of these streamers talk, you think that it was a walk to the park, that everybody's able to walk through. And so it's taking away the challenge of these grandmaster nightfalls for them.
I do get a little upset when streamers say that, because they should realize, and I'm not talking bad about anybody, I'm a streamer myself, that other people might not
And what's the name of your
recognize.
stream?
Oh, the name of my stream is Deaf Dragon, all capital letters, 369. On Twitch, I try to stream every night between 11:30 and 12 a.m., I believe Eastern Standard Time. I'm just a casual player. I play games. I don't have specific games. I just what I feel in the moment I play, and I like to have a bigger following to where people come to my stream if I'm playing a certain game, they could give me a challenge. Oh, play like this or play like that, and try to be open to the public to give them what they want to see. I don't want to be that person that only streams this and this. If you don't like it, go away. I don't want to be that person. I like people to be able to watch my gameplay, be a part of the gameplay, and not feel like they're watching a TV show. I want them to be involved in it. Or if they don't, that's fine. It's a place for everyone. Everyone is free in my channel to chat, talk, or just watch me play. No, nobody has to come to my channel feeling like they have to be a certain way or talk or a certain way. They can just be quiet and enjoy themselves.
A nice safe zone to sit back and
Yes.
relax and watch the stream or participate if they'd like.
Yes, yes, that is what kind of channel I want, and of course I'll have rules and everything. It's not just open like that, and I'll have to have rules. But one of the rules would be is be yourself. It's a free, safe space for everyone, and I'll mostly be playing games where I'll be dying a lot or horrible things are happening. So enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself for um, my discomfort, I guess. That would be the best way of putting it with the recent games I'm playing on computer, which I never thought I'd like computer as much as I do,
Okay.
but I'm really enjoying myself. One of the games I'm playing right now is a survival game for Xbox and PlayStation called Grounded.
Okay.
It is a survival game. You are shrunk down to about the size of an ant, real tiny.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yes.
Yes.
And I have been playing that, and it is a brilliant and yet terrifying game. I always get the short end of the stick when I'm playing with my friend. If there's an enemy around that hasn't noticed us, I'm the first one noticed. Every time, because I don't know what I'm doing on the keyboard. I'm like, crouch. Which one's crouch? No, I just threw my hammer at him, and now he's coming over here to kill me. Like I have the worst luck with computers. See, I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. I have to keep the light on just to see the keyboard because I'll hit a button and it's not doing anything. I'm like, oh, that's the wrong button. Moves finger over a little bit. There we go.
Why
It's
haven't you connected on a controller? I tried to, a personal experience, I tried to play
that's an option.
the First Descendants using the keyboard, and that was an epic fail. But
Mm.
I'm used to using a controller. So, and I noticed that we talked about streamers earlier. I noticed that some other streamers that are used to using console or began with console, they still use controllers now. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to, because me trying to look for a W key and the A key and the S key, that's not going to work.
And the left shift, right shift. That's normally
Yeah,
how I die.
yeah.
Um, to be honest, I am not a big computer person, even though my husband is. I didn't know that was an option. That never came to my mind that I could do that. I just, as you have taught me, put an H on it and handle it. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn even if it hurts. I'm gonna learn. So that's why I've been playing on keyboard recently. But
If
I think I'll
you
stick.
have you were mentioning an Xbox game, but particularly with computers, if you have, I'm going to show you what I use. So I use my um, Xbox
Ooh.
Elite 2 controller. So that's what I use when I am gaming on the PC. but it's also my controller for when I'm using the Xbox.
I have to see that because I have it for the PC because I don't have it for PlayStation 5, which is it's okay. It's okay. I still love the game because it's a challenging game. It is very hard. I've been playing for a few days now, and we have barely scratched the surface of the game because there's so much to do to unlock areas and not die. And it's a very challenging, fun game, and it's better with other players. You don't want to play it by yourself. I don't. I don't like playing it by myself. I'm screaming at 3 in the morning, bloody murder, because I'm being chased by a wolf spider or uh, mostly wolf spiders. I don't like spiders, and this game gets
Full
me
of
every.
spiders.
Yes, they even have a mode. They even have a mode in the game called arachnophobia, where more spiders are present. Who would want to play on that? Psychopaths. Not me. I'm good. I'm good.
No, I saw someone stream when they were setting up, learning how to build fences so that they could protect their little fort, and they were learning um, the basically the path that the enemies would attack in. And so they built. I was watching. I didn't stay for the entire thing, but I spent enough time to take a look because, as you said, it looked very interesting. I was trying to figure out, okay, what are they doing? So they were constructing fences and fences and fences to sort of protect their little fort because they knew which way the enemies would take when they would try to attack.
I've,
So I was like, okay, this looks very interesting. And then I saw him trying to get some food out of a little, I want to say, oh, a Tic Tac. I think it was a Tic Tac.
yes, that's the same game because we've been doing that, and they have been with PC. They had like early access, which my husband played it early access, and he people could give feedback like, oh, this could be worked on, this could be worked on, and it's an ever-changing game too. They always add new factors into it, which I'm starting to love about PC. They put a game out, they let people play it, they get feedback, and they do something which is very simple. They listen to the feedback of their customers, and people still play it,
Can you imagine?
and people buy it.
Can you imagine?
I can't wrap my head around it. What is going on here? And
What a novel thought.
yes, listen to the people that are giving you money for their game, and they're literally saying live on stream, if you can do this or incorporate these elements, I will play it. And I will play it with my friends. Word of mouth. It's
Oh, I wished, I'm glad that you're on the PC now. I wish that you had started your PC journey when they had Manor Lords on.
man.
Hopefully, I think they're going to have a new um, um, beta test next year. So when it comes around, I'm going to harass you about jumping on it as well.
Oh, please do. You
Because
you
the
know I'll be there.
developer, he really loves getting community input, and it is an excellent. If you like builder games,
Yeah.
it's an excellent, excellent game. And then there's going to be a component where there's going to be, if you like some warring mixed in there with it, it's not just a builder, but you're going to be able to go to war and take over territories. I think it's set to probably be one of the best strategy builder games that we will ever see, at least in the near future. I mentioned First Descendants. And I've heard comments that it reminds people of like Warlords and Warframe.
Uh,
Um, it's going to be a very grindy game when it comes out, but it too was a very good game. So if you have a chance to sign up for the beta, try to sign up. I don't know if you opened a Steam account, but if you have a chance, try to sign up for the beta and give it a little test run. It's been it's pretty fun as well. And I know I think it was Sweatical that mentioned that we have to stop comparing everything to Destiny because Destiny it's sort of unfair, and you're never going to get new games if you're setting that as the barometer.
yes, you can't have that
And being
expectation.
fair, Destiny today isn't the Destiny it was when it started. It
No.
evolved into this, and it has gone through ups and downs, and it's going to go through more ups and downs. And we love Destiny. We're never going to give Destiny up,
No.
but as people who love it, we're giving it some tough love with our comments as well, because we're not going to sit here and be kissed behinds just because we love the game.
No.
Everything can be better. So, but go ahead. You were saying?
Uh, Lost my train of thought. Yes, when the beta comes out, I will look into this game because I do love strategy games, survival games. Because for me as a survival player, I'm able to set aside what I want to do. I am basically I'm not held down.
Hmm.
I can do what I want if I want to hunt for food, if I want to explore, or just let my creative mind flow and make my base how I want to, how I play. That's what I love about survival games. I'm not put into a little
Box?
box. I'm not put into this little box. There's no walls. I can do what I want, how I want, and I love that about strategy games. And if I play with friends, it's the same for them. Their creative minds can flow, and sometimes we all come together on something and just make it work. And that's what I love about strategy games. And of course, fighting. Yes, I have been fighting for 6 years on Destiny. I'm fine to fight and I'm fine to grind, especially with you. Compared to Destiny, and I know we're not supposed to compare, we have grinded for years. If any other game comes out and it's grindy, it can't compete with Destiny. We'll be just fine. We will be just fine. You know it's true that.
I don't think anything beats Destiny in its
No.
grinding, but I'm trying to think. We've played Warframe too, so
Oh,
I'm just
don't
trying
get
to
started.
think. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
That's too much.
As far as grindy goes, I don't know. I think this new game. I don't know if it's going to be as grindy as Destiny, and I don't want to compare the two, but I'm just saying. But it is in that vein of grindiness. But we'll see, because it's right now it's just in beta, so we'll see what the ultimate finished product looks like. But again, if you get a chance to test out the first Descendants, give it a try. I will say just off the top that the weapons they feel really good. Um,
Okay.
and there's you have to be strategic with your ammo economy because you don't have unlimited ammo.
Oh, okay. They have
Yeah.
that factor. Now that I'm gonna miss that. That's the one thing about Destiny that I do love. Some of the ammo economy is bad, but then some of it is just overpowered. But I do like to have that challenge. It'd be nice to get back into that because so many years I've been um, what's the word, comfortable
Hmm.
with not having to look for ammo. So I would like that challenge, fighting something and my gun's not working, and I'm like, why? Oh, no ammo. That's right. Black screen
And I
pops
like
up and
that
we're
for
dead.
that game. And
Mm,
I like, and given the challenges that we already have in Destiny, I don't want to go back to that because I
no.
think that there's other challenges that sort of give you a run for your money. Whereas it's nice to take that off the table to a certain extent. But for a different game, I think that is perfect to have in there. And given the challenges of that game, I think it's perfect to have in that particular style of game because I think it's a necessary component for that style and that style of play. But the weapon handling is excellent. It kind of reminds you of
Excuse me.
Anthem. Some of the yeah, I brought it up.
No, no,
Um,
you're fine. It had some of the
and even more frame. Some of the weapon handling is really, really good.
yeah.
You when you're shooting a machine gun, you feel like you're shooting a machine
You
gun.
have that like that
Yes,
kick.
yes.
I do
So
like
it's
that
really
one too.
excellent. Um, but yeah, if you get a chance, try out that beta. What other games have you been playing recently?
Oh well, recently I have been playing a lot of Fortnite. Now I used to be that person that was very hypocritical about it. I didn't like it, even though I never played it. Being honest, being honest, I don't. We don't lie to each other. Being honest, but recently some of my friends that I've played Apex with and other games swapped to it, and now that I had a community of people to play with, I'm like, okay, I have people I can play with. Let me try it. And I fell in love with it.
But I
I
understand they took away that building aspect of it. So
yes,
then it would probably be more like because you
nice.
do like Call of Duty type of games, so or
Yes,
Apex. So if they take away that builder portion, it does seem to me like it would then fall into the sort of type of game that you would like.
and that's exactly the reason I started playing it. I could still play the build modes. I don't build, and I still win, but the build mode aspect of it, it's very difficult. Even with controller, I don't know what I'm doing. It's really one of those computer games you just have to tap the buttons fast enough
Mm.
because it's more for computer when it comes to the building aspect, but the game in general just feels beautifully done. And the fact that the the one thing that they have going for them very well is the cosmetics department.
Oh, yeah.
The cosmetics department is top tier. They have players you can play as pretty much anyone you can think of, from TV to movies.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I didn't know that until I started playing, and the battle passes that they come out with have characters from TV shows and movies. The When I first started playing it, the battle pass that they had, if you got all the way through it, you could play as Darth Vader.
Really?
Yes, and when I tell you that brought so much joy to me, seeing Darth Vader sing "It's About Damn Time" by Lizzo, I was hooked. I was
Have you
hooked
played
on.
as Zavala yet?
Now don't why you gotta bring that up? When they first added those characters into Fortnite, I was like, oh god, we gonna have people saying, if they see these characters, they're gonna be like, hey, they stole them from Fortnite. I hate you. Why'd you have to bring that up? No, they actually have not been in the battle pass or
Okay.
well anywhere for me to get in the store. They haven't added them, but I would probably play as either Ikora or the Stranger. I wouldn't play as Zavala. I've seen him throughout the years in Destiny. Nah, he just be sitting back chilling or mad at somebody. That's it. That's it. No offense to the voice actor. Love him to death. But Zavala in the Destiny storyline doesn't do much.
Well, I mean, does anyone in the tower besides the Guardians do much?
I mean, mm, the the the
Hold your
Drifter.
fire, Guardian. I've got this.
Hold the door open.
I'm
Hold
like,
the door open. Come on,
okay.
Guardians, go
I
get.
think we just about killed them, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. She shows up the last minute. Let me open this door
Okay.
for you. Now you go. You go get Zavathun. Me, oh, I'm holding the door open. It's too strong, Guardian. Go now. Yeah, yeah,
Why can't we bring you up in a raid or something?
yeah. Where were you? Where were you when we were on the dreadnought? Where were you when we were getting chased by a giant death machine? Where were you?
Strategizing, thinking, contemplating, talking to the hidden. I have to talk to the hidden.
Not the hair flick. Not the hair flick.
I have to talk to the hidden.
She did it
Go
again.
out there, investigate.
Mm-hmm. I've thought about it. The best strategy is to keep my ass right here. You got this. That's the best strategy.
It certainly is. It's
I
been
mean,
working.
when we think about it, you can't be mad. That's the best strategy. I'm gonna stay right here, hands behind my back. You got this.
You've got it. We believe in you. Yeah. But I look forward to uh, Lightfall. I look forward to this new Strand stuff.
Yes.
It looks like it's going to be, again, a very fun February and beyond.
Yes.
Um, so at least, for most part of the early part of next year, we're going to have some fun.
Yes. Hopefully, somebody at Bungie sees us and is like, you know what? Let's fix the last 6 months out of the year. Let's fix that. That's what this is all about: is to talk, let them see, and if anything, take notes. Write it on a sticky note somewhere. I'd be fine with that. I would be fine with that.
Sounds great. And we'll have to do this again really soon. I thank you for joining me, Keith.
As
I had a great time. I hope you have too. And tell everyone again, Keith, where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at DeathDragon369, all capital letters, just about every night of the week between 11:30 p.m. and midnight Eastern Standard Time.
All right, everybody, you be sure to check out Keith. You be sure to check out my podcast, Heart to Heart with Ceci. And you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, and you can find me on Instagram. And like Keith, I stream live different games directly to Twitch. So keep an eye out. Come visit us. Have a
Come
great
see us.
one.
Bye,
Bye bye.
everyone.